Hey, how you guys doing? We got 3 pieces of news to talk about, so let's start off with this one. First and foremost, Love Live Superstar. There are 3 special dates that are going to be canceled for airing the Superstar anime, and as you can see in this tweet, it's 7/25/8/1/8/29. This is happening due to the Japan Olympics in Tokyo. I don't know why that has to cancel it. I don't know. But the point is that the second episode would air as normal, but the third episode will be delayed because, as you can see, 7/25, that's when it would normally air, so then you gotta push it back, and then the next day would be actually the first of next month, so it's gonna be pushed back 2 weeks, and it'll air on that day, which will be 8/8. It won't air anywhere else. We just literally have to wait. I don't know if any other anime doing this, but okay. And then it'll go back to normal, and they'll skip it again on 8/29. So I guess we'll have to wait, and it'll be slower going through these stuff. So, yep. Second piece of news, we have Shooting Star Warrior. This is the album for Guilty Kiss, just like how Azalea and Sharon got theirs a little while back. We finally got the previews for this. There's going to be 3 new songs: Shooting Star Warrior, Deep Sea Cocoon, and Nameless Love Song. There is going to be a link in the description if you want to listen to the full previews of these, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get a preview of each of these songs. Just like every other subunit album for Aqua, this will come with all the songs in that they have ever made, as well as 2 remixes. We're going to have Strawberry Trapper and Romantic Sailors, but then we're also going to get the 3 new songs. Out of these 3 new songs, I think Shooting Star Warrior is the one I like the least. It's very heavy rock, almost metal, and I like very few of those songs, to be honest. There are very few that I find enjoyable, but honestly, metal is just too much for me. Deep Sea Cocoon I like a little bit more, but it's still a little bit in that vein, so definitely if you are someone who enjoys rock or maybe even metal, I can see this definitely being your album. And we know Guilty Kiss does a bit of that once in a while, so I don't know if you like Kodawa Yasuki, you're probably gonna like this album. And then lastly, we have Nameless Love Song. That's been my favorite so far. Yeah, it's a bit early, and opinions will change over time, but overall, yeah, that's the one I'm liking the most. I don't have any songs that I really love out of this album so far, but that's kind of been mostly true for all the new subunit songs from Aqua. So, I don't know. But let me know which of these songs you like the most out of these 3. Where do these rank amongst the Guilty Kiss songs? And who do you think so far did the best job out of the new albums with the 3 new songs from each group? Do you think it was Sharon, was it Azalea, or do you think it's Guilty Kiss? And for the last piece of news, we are going to get the subunit unit name for these 3 girls. Now, we already did the first part of the poll, which where we submit our names and pair with it as description to explain it. So these are all the names, but a lot of the explanation in Japanese. So let's go to one that was posted by Love Idol Story or something like that on Twitter, which I'll give you a link to them if you want to look at that. But here are all the names and explanations. I'll go through each one pretty quickly and say how I feel and which I think I like the most. But the point of this is, and it's important, is that whatever of this one wins will become the final name for the group. We probably won't see it for a little while, but we have until the 21st, so we got 1 week to vote on this name, and whatever one picks, that will be the name for these girls group subunit, whatever you want to call it. So let's start with the first one. The first one is Violet Rose, and as you can see in the description, they're focusing on the fact that you have Violet and Rose, and you know, they're focused on beauty and passion. I think that's a fine name. I don't know if I want to say that's crazy important. I know, so just one thing that has really been bugging me is that a lot of these names are focused on the fact they have 3 members in a group. So what? Like, that's literally the least common amount of, or the most common in terms of the number of girls in a group. Now, we have some units with 2 and 4, with Diver, Diva, and Quartz. And I understand Quartz has, 4 in it. But that was something special about that unit, is that this is the first time we're not going to have necessarily 3. So I thought that was pretty acceptable to have a 4 in there. But a lot of these are fixated on the fact that there's 3 girls. So what? There was 3 girls in all the other subunits. We have, 7 subunits with 3 in there, and none of them focus on the fact that they have 3. So if you're going to be focusing on the fact that there's 3 members in a group, that's not a core identity of it. So I just think that's just a waste of time and not a very useful creative or name or specialized to them. So you'll see this pretty quick about me saying this. But a lot of them are like, oh, triangles have 3 sides. I mean, we could have done that with literally any other subunit before then. So why are you doing it now? I don't know. So the next one we have is Orion, but the name's in Japanese, so I imagine if they are going to pick that name, they're going to have the Japanese characters right now, which would just be the worst thing for me to write out. So I probably would always write out Orion, but I kind of want to kill that one and say, let's not do it, because then I'll never be able to really properly write unless I copy and paste every single time. So I really hope that's probably not what they're going to do. I don't know, but the basic idea is that each member is a star, and Orion has 3 stars. That's a better way to handle 3, but I don't know. I'm still not crazy about that, focusing on the 3 here. Next one we have is Caramel Carrot, I guess. But I guess you want to say the Japanese ways, like Caramel Karat or something. I can't see the Japanese characters. A little too small for me to read it here, but basically, caramel can be sweeter, a bit, sweet and bitter. And I guess that kind of is like the girls, I guess. I don't know. Next up we have is Kira Killer, but I guess you're supposed to pronounce it Kira Kira, because Kira almost sounds like killer. I guess if you're gonna say it the Japanese way, Kira Kira, Kira Kira. I don't know, but Kira means sparkling. If you remember, like Kira Kira sensation, and it's gonna be written the same way as Kira was written in that song. They capitalized R, so I figure that's what they're trying to go for here. And I guess they're saying killer because of some amazing getter, but I don't know if we want to be a part of a group that says killers. I feel like that's a negative connotation, but it's okay, I guess. Glitter. I mean, there's a 3 in there. Beyond that, I don't think that's very creative, to be honest. Maybe I'm salty that I didn't pick, maybe. But I put more creativity into that, so it's kind of lame that that got picked, and all these things are elegant and 3. I mean, the word elegant has an E in it. You could do 3 there. I don't know. Forget about that one. Honestly, I'm not huge on that. Next one is Jack. Now, idea-wise, I kind of like it, but I don't think Jack for a name of a sim unit that's only girls makes a whole lot of sense. Now, the J, A, and C is for Japan, America, and China, which I do appreciate. That's something I wanted to incorporate in this group because that is a core identity of the girls. And then you can focus on the 3 after that. But I don't know, Jack, and thinking about the word hijack, some people say that I think that's just way too convoluted. Next up, we have Tri-Jokers, which is the triangle then follow Jokers, which, I mean, English people understand it. I don't know if other people, when they see triangle, they think try, because I think because that's an English word, right? But technically, the character triangle is a Greek letter, and that's delta. But it's not called Delta Jokers. I don't know. This is the way I feel about it, to be honest. But I guess it could work. Next up we got is Nimbus Edge. So people are talking about like the clouds have nimbus, I believe, and towards the edge, and clouds have rainbows, and the girls are part of Nijigaku. So, okay. I think that kind of sounds cool, so I don't think that's too bad. And we got Neo 1. So, Neo often is usually talked about like with new stuff, if I'm not mistaken. And they kind of like try to do a play of words with Queen here, because I guess Neo 1 probably seems similar to, I don't know how to say that, Nuwang. I think that's what's going on here, but I'm not entirely sure. And we got Prism, but they replaced R with L, and they have L, S, and M in the name, which that's what I try to do. But I guess Prism, I mean, generally, I guess that's like a pyramid, so that kind of can deal with 3, because triangles, prism, pyramids. And also, I think one thing that was kind of interesting, you know, if you can shine light through some prisms, sometimes you can get rainbows. So I thought, not too bad, and I don't know. Switching to L and R is kind of lame, almost, to me, but whatever. What do I know? I know L and R's are kind of like the same in Japanese anyways. So the next one is Baby Tune, and this is kind of interesting. When I first, you know, said out loud, I thought, you know, that's weird. These girls, what did they have to do with babies? And I don't know, it just seems more of like a cute name almost. But the interesting part is that they took America, which can be pronounced as Be, and then Japan would Be, and then for China use Chu. So these 3 Japanese characters, each resembles the countries where these girls are from. That's creative. But when you put them together, you get Be, Be, and Chu. It almost sounds like Baby Tune, I guess. That's really convoluted and confusing to people, I guess, who are not Japanese and who are not writing out the characters that way. Like, if you wrote it out with the Roman characters, that's definitely not abundantly obvious. So that's something that's gonna have to be explained. So, you know, I feel like meh, but I like the idea. I like the concept. I think it's overall not too shabby. Probably better than what I could come with, at least. Next one is La La Mer. So Lala is, you know, you can sing la 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 la, and La Mer is French for the sea. I don't know what this has to do with French, but I guess what does printemps have to do with that, which is just spring, so I don't know. I don't know if I like that name that much, but okay. Next up, that's a no for me, but literally it's L, S, and M. Wow. Took the first letter of each girl's name and just put a colon in between, or semicolon, I don't know. And then that's supposed to be pronounced rhythm. What? I'm a little confused here, not gonna lie, because I'm the elder, like the S is supposed to be what is Zu, and the M is Mu. Rhythm, which is like you try to pronounce all the characters together. I guess it's supposed to sound like rhythm, but when you look at LSM, do you think the word rhythm? No, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan of this one. Next one is Rebirth, and I guess the most notable thing is if you look at the PN, that is by Rin Taito-san. Some of you might know who that is. YouTuber. I like the idea, the fact that it's called Rebirth, because these girls are, you know, giving themselves like a little rebirth. They're changing their identity and becoming someone better, someone new, someone different than they were before. That I do appreciate. But, you know, the only other thing they have is the E becoming a 3. I don't know. It's 3 girls, but whatever. But I think Rebirth definitely does have a decent ring to it. And part of me thinks like, oh, I should support a fellow YouTuber here anyways. So, you know, sure. And then last but not least, we have Lyric Mimic. So, okay, I don't know. I mean, I read it, but I'm not totally understanding what this has to do with these girls, to be honest. And I don't think I'm going to pick that one anyways. So out of all of these, I kind of want to do Baby Tune. Maybe. Like, I like the fact that it does focus on idea of there's 3 different girls from 3 different countries. That is something I really want to be part of it. So part of me wants to do that. And I think it does it probably the best out of all of them. Jack is a little more obvious, but I don't think Jack is a great name for a female subunit. Maybe I'm wrong. Magnificent sounds nice. And the fact that, you know, they're with Nichigaku, I think I could work with that one as well. Prism, I don't know. Okay. So, those are my main ones. But, you know, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Which one are you picking and why? I know I'm not loving everyone out there. And in the end, it matters what most people like in general. So, whatever one wins, that's great. But who knows? And maybe at some point they'll ever pick one of my ideas. Probably never. Maybe I just gotta make it less convoluted. Or maybe I don't know. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this. If you do want to vote in the poll, there is a link in the description. Go click on that link. It's of course gonna be in Japanese. So if you have Google Translate on Google Chrome, I highly recommend using that to translate what the prompts are. It's gonna ask you your pen name and where you're from, you know, to say Tokyo if it doesn't give you the overseas options, because sometimes it doesn't. Put in your name, your gender, and your explanation on why you're picking that, and maybe they'll put that down. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.